Yeah. I already know the vibes. Welcome back. This is Frederick the Mayor. We back with another one. Today we're gonna talk about Antoine Daniels and what he really means to the black community. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was a fan. I was watching the Millionaire Morning Show. I've been watching a lot of his stuff. His content seems to be good. Sometimes he's very critical of the black community. I just want to see what the black community thinks about Antoine Daniels because I do think he has a way of holding people accountable, and he has like this tough love thing I think he has with the black community, but I may be giving him a pass because it was a young man who looked up some of the videos that Antoine Daniels did. His name is Young Don Reacts, and y'all should go check him out because I ain't gonna lie, he got good content, a lot of stuff over there. But I'm gonna get right into this video because, like I said, this is all about real, what's relevant to our community. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. We're gonna get right into it.
There isn't anything true about anything he says about the black women he's criticizing. The reality is the grand majority of black women are good, decent, kind, sweet people. But if you watch Anton's channel, you would swear that black women are just the spawn of Satan, bro. Black women says they are the most educated, just like to be ghetto, fake lashes, and wear bonnets. What the fuck is wrong with bonnets and fake lashes? Do you know that white women wear these things too? White women wear fake eyelashes, they wear weave. Although white women, they call them hair extensions. I mean, just look, check it out on Amazon. Believe it or not, a lot of white women you see walking around are walking around with weave in their head. Again, they just call them hair extensions. See, this one has 23,000 reviews. But if you search for black weave, check this out. The weave with the most reviews on Amazon only has 3,000.
So, as you can see, Young Don Reacts is pointing out how critical he is of black women, but nobody points out the fact that white women is purchasing these things too. It seems like black people and black women is targeted, and everything has to have a pushback. So I'm here for the black community, and I'm letting them know that we all ain't dumb, and we could speak, even though we come from the urban community, and some of us wear hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Some of us got to take a stance against this fight to keep us down and keep us ignorant instead of trying to lift us up and bring us to the light so that we could be better people and do better things, because you would be surprised how many kids that's actually in the neighborhoods that really want to do better. And I was one of those kids, but I had to find a way and I had to go through a lot. So I'm not the type to just give up on the community and give up on people that want to really do better. And I think Antoine Daniels is taking a stance of Charleston White where he's giving up on the black community, at least certain people in the black community, like the YNs or the people that has been incarcerated. Um, and I just think it's time for a change.
200. And so why out this different side of black men where they're willing to go places sexually that they just can't seem to find the desire to do that with black women. White women are chasing down black men for marriage. Again, pushing this rhetoric where he's trying to encourage black men to turn away from black women and pursue women of another race. Here he's defending a white woman that was called racist because she says she doesn't want black kids and prefers a white man. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with a white woman having that position, but it's the fact that this is all he does when he talks about white women. He never defends black women. He only defends white women. He attacks black women. He never attacks white women. Now, I've already showed you where he was willing to lie once. He lied by co-signing that racist white woman that tried to paint black people as this great threat to her as a white woman. But now, let's see him lie about black women specifically. He's about to lie about black women and demonize black women.
Now listen,
in a terrible way. Let's check this out.
I am no economist. I hate economics. I dread.
Okay, the title of this video, Black Women Are Struggling the Most After Layoffs from the Federal Government via Trump Going Broke. Now, of course, Anton Daniels, he's a pro-Trump, pro-MAGA guy, right? Republican, conservative, all of that. And so Donald Trump is destroying the country. He's destroying the economy. A lot of people are suffering. He'll never talk about the white farmers in the middle of the country who are begging Trump for who are currently begging for government handouts, for bailouts, because they're on the verge of bankruptcy. because Trump's financial plans and the tariffs and all that have completely fucked the farmers. China, which was one of the main importers, in fact, the main importers of soybeans, which is something that we grow a lot of here in America for the sake of exporting to China. Well, because of the tariffs and the tariff war that Trump has started, which has not benefited America in any way, China has completely stopped purchasing soybeans from America. And so you got farmers who can't move their product. Anton's never going to talk about that. But instead, he's going to find a way to blame black women, demonize black women for having federal government jobs. He's going to demonize black women for being gainfully employed. Watch this.
Now listen, I am no economist. I hate economics. I dreaded that class in school. But I know black people. And so the signs about the impact of this mess on black people were there very, very early on. As soon as Elon Musk started running through our federal government, destroying ish, I knew that was not going to be good for black people. Even without the data, I just knew anecdotally that the federal government buoys, it is an anchor for the black middle class. I knew in my own family that basically my mom, my parents' entire generation of my family all worked for the federal government. And they weren't even in like the DMV or some major federal government regions, but they all worked for the feds. And so I knew this was not going to go over well. And we are getting more and more data about this. It's going to get worse in the next few months, though, because the people that took that early out, that weird option they got, that weird email, they're not even showing up as unemployed yet in our data. And then we know the data probably is even worse than what's being released because these people like to lie about this. But all the signs are saying that black people, the black unemployment rates are starting to be red flags for economists who aren't even black, even they understand that when America gets a cold, black Americans get the flu. And we are the first red flag here, y'all, about how bad this economy is getting. And me and my friends, I'm telling y'all, we are
last to be hired, first to be fired. That's why black people are the canary in the coal mine for America. If black people are doing well, that means everybody's doing well. And if black people are starting to suffer, that means white people, Hispanics, you're next.
Got degrees, and we are bracing ourselves for this because it's going to get worse, like significant.
Having a degree does not protect you or insulate you from the possibility of getting laid off.
Yeah, but it makes it much less likely, though.
And we all know that the federal government specifically, and a lot of parts of private industry and academia, has always been a place where black women have done the minimum. And when I say the minimum,
so even when you are a black woman and you get a degree and
Now, I feel like Young Don Reacts is going into a lot, but I'm gonna go straight to Anton Daniels' page because I really want to dive into this a little bit more because I don't like the fact that I'm discovering this about Antoine Daniels. As like I said, this doesn't pop up on my feed because like a lot of negative stuff doesn't pop up on my feed. But I'm gonna go to Antoine Daniels talks about black women and see what it says on his page. Because we gotta get to the bottom of this. Because I don't want to be a fan of no one that doesn't really want to help the culture move forward in any way. I don't want to participate in anything that person wants to do. I just don't. So I have to check myself. And
What's
this is a
going
check
on, Zan?
myself moment.
I don't see anyone ever talk about on TikTok what it's like when you live with whores.
All right, so now we're on Antoine page. We're gonna see when he talk about black women. You see, brother, there are a lot of kept women. It's not building with a man. Haven't spoken to my husband in 2 weeks. Don't leave, stay married. Divorce is good. I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking over some of this stuff. I'm gonna let y'all see it because he has some stuff talking about like white women too, not building with a man. Woman says guys. I don't want to click on it because it's gonna take me to something else. But yeah, what I
I
see
don't see
here,
any.
what I see here is a little bit diverse. Let's go down. Rent instead of buying a home, woman says. Poor people shouldn't have kids. Chicago is corrupt. Einstein files to be released. Like, I'm on Antoine Daniels' page right now. I don't see too much titles of him directly calling out black women. Let me go to his videos. What are videos? 'Cause maybe he only wants to promote certain things. All right, so now we're going through this. Minor attracted persons, divorce. This is the good guy. Like, I see all type of titles. It looks pretty diverse to me. Charge men for their time. They been angry. Athletes arrested. These kids are idiots. Arguing with my dad. Influencers are dead. Am I still unemployed? Caught cheating. Like I see a lot of diversity. I see him fired for cheating. Look, like I'm not defending Antoine Daniels, but I'm on his
And one of the
page.
things I've gotten so much criticism of online was when I publicly shared a TikTok about firing somebody because I found out that she was cheating on her significant other, and the other person also had a significant other. And as soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately. And it's so shocking to people that
Wait, someone was cheating with someone in the company?
yeah,
Oh, and they both had partners
yeah,
outside of the company.
both had partners outside of the company. As soon as I caught wind of it, it wasn't even like a split second decision. Well, I guess it technically was a split second decision. It's like, I can't have this in my environment, especially somebody close around me. People trust me.
Okay, that's just one. Let's go back. That, like I said, it's a little diverse. I don't see him talking about everything about black people. He has a lot of different stuff. He says two killed in Chicago. It's a lot going on. Let's go back. Let's go back. So, shutdown ends. New York will be worse than London. Try to avoid the airport if you can. All right, stop blaming white people. Black women says. All right, that's not too bad. I gotta. Where is these titles that he's talking about? They're at least not back to back. I'm getting evicted because of the government shutdown. Yeah, white people in that video. Maybe if I go into the videos, he's talking bad about black women. Let's just see what he's talking about because I haven't watched any of them. Let's just see what's going on.
I will complain about the magnitude to which sports betting and gambling has like multiplied in the black community to anyone who will listen to me. Like, I genuinely think it is one of the worst things to have ever happened to black people. And granted, I can only speak about the black community because I'm black. I don't know what's going on in anybody else's community, but I think it's a bit suspicious how much gambling is being advertised on like a mass national level, but then even more specifically how it's being targeted towards black people. Because my husband watches a lot of sports podcasts, and I'm like, why are they always being so sponsored, like heavily sponsored by BetMGM and FanDuel and etc. Like, that to me feels very targeted and very systemic because we are losing money. Y'all are losing money. Like, it is a gambling addiction. No one is making money the way that these platforms will have you think you're making money. And you will spend more in your attempts to win big than you will ever win on their platforms. It is a losing game every time. And like, people just do not see that. Oh, it pisses me off. Because no one is doing the math in aggregate, they actually do not see how much they spend towards the activity, right? I very weird so that you
for getting people addicted to something like that. That's just something that's just it get a hold of people and it doesn't help them and it's just going to completely ruin their life for the rest of their life. Flat out. I mean, it's bad. It's very bad.
It is really sad to see the amount of young men right now that are desperately in the sports gambling trenches.
All right, he's talking about sports betting. I'm telling you, let's go to the Millionaire Morning Show. That's probably what we got to do because I don't see nothing here on his personal channel where he has a bunch of titles just outing black women. I don't, he has a lot of videos now. If I go through some of these, I know I can find some. Oh, let's go to this one. This is probably a good one.
Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store. So they wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off. So I only had $22 left in food stamps. So this is what I stole. Okay. They wanted $9 for this. I said, oh, I don't got $9. Then they wanted $2 for this. They wanted, sorry, it's always been in my purse. $7 for this. I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. I'm not paying $7 for that. Okay. Let me show you the most important thing to me. Short ribs. Take off the label so that you don't beep. Get your meat. How many do you think that I got?
Yo, this is disgusting. And if you see it, she also got the coach bag right there. It looks like she got a baby seat in the back. And so that's also disgusting that a person would be online flaunting. It's bad enough that you was out here stealing, right? And I don't know if this is a troll or not, but I'm just going to take it at face value because I believe people. I believe people when they tell me who they are and when they start to talk about this type of stuff because first of all, I think that people are stupid enough to actually record this and put it online. Secondly, I think that they understand the consequences. And third, they're going to get exactly the type of visibility that they want. And so we need to highlight this type of behavior because under no circumstances in this privileged United States of America that we've civilized and we've created, and it's an environment where people are allowed to thrive. And if you're telling me that you just immediately started stealing on November 1st because of a government shutdown, where I think that we're entirely too interdependent on the government in the first place, and that over 42 million people, allegedly over 42 million people, are dependent on the federal government to feed them, which I think is wild. That is just insane to me. For you to be sitting there, putting your phone up in your car with a baby seat in the back, and then you're talking about having stuffed salmon and short ribs, and you trying to teach people how to steal. This is
I think that was a well-deserved criticism. I don't think that even if you grew up in the hood, like I said, I grew up in the projects. I ain't no better than nobody, but I was always taught that stealing wasn't a good thing. I remember I used to steal a lot, but I used to come home and my grandmother used to catch me and bust my behind for it. So it's all about how you raise, you know what I'm saying? Because you could be raised anywhere and have different principles. What I don't like about Antoine Daniels is he likes to put everybody that's poor in a box. And I'm just trying to get to the bottom of his point of view and why he feel this way about us as black people. Because like I said, I talk about what's relevant to the culture and what's gonna push us forward and who can help us pushing us forward. So all of my people that I want, that I'm building a community with, we are only gonna support those who deserve our support. Who's actually pushing us forward, who actually wants the best for us, who actually give us that right energy. Now, everybody don't have to agree with us, but at the same time, is their heart in the right place? Is their agenda? Do you see results coming from what they're producing? Or is it something selfish and they're the only ones gaining out of it? And I'm not talking about money. They could be the only ones gaining money, but is anyone gaining any knowledge? Is anyone getting any better? So now I like the Millionaire Morning Show. I think he had used to give a lot of game on the Millionaire Morning Show when I used to watch it. That's why I started watching Antoine Daniels. Then he came on his own platform. He started criticizing black people. And I think this one was like one of them criticisms like he's right. It's annoying, but he's right. They shut down government food stamps, so you just start stealing. No. At the end of the day, you got to be able to produce revenue on your own back. You got to know how to provide a service. You got to know how to do something in this world. So is it acceptable to just go steal because you don't got nothing? No. But do I understand people stealing when they don't got nothing? Yes, I understand that part too. Because The reason why I'm gonna give y'all this play is everybody don't have the education everyone else has. Everybody like me, I was afforded um basically both my parents to give me guidance as to how to get enough education where I could do some things other than things that's going on in the hood to help support myself. I know a lot of my friends who are embarrassed or too shy to get into anything that they don't know because they wasn't taught anything they don't know, and all of the examples that they looked up to did things a certain way. So that kind of got a lot of people stuck. It's like a psychological stuckness that people in. And I don't think Antoine Daniels understand this psychological stronghold. But what can be happening is people can be broken out of the psychological stronghold. I was one of those people stuck in that stronghold. So I'm gonna let him continue. But we're gonna go to a different video because this doesn't suffice for him being any type of hater towards black people, in my opinion. Let me see. I guess I see a lot of diversity too. He has a lot of videos though. He talks about a lot of stuff. Taking out white people over food stamps. Let's see this one.
Y'all was clutching y'all purses before. This gonna be the time that you need to clutch them. Y'all was doing that all at the wrong time. But this is y'all time to show out. Show out then. I ain't gonna be mad at you.
I know damn well the rich black community ain't crying over food stamp benefits and welfare money. I just know the rich designer wearing ass, trip taking, wig wearing, nail wearing, lash wearing, 3 chains on, Rick Owens stepping, Balenciaga stepping, new shoe drop stepping, 1942 and Don Julio buying, big timing, black community.
Like you got on camera and you recorded yourself and you said that you were robbing white people if your food stamps don't hit by November 1st. Has got to be some of the dumbest criminals that I've ever seen in my entire life. Why would you say that? Why would you even have that in your mind, let alone feel comfortable enough to say that? Haven't we learned from the chick that said that she was going to steal? Haven't we learned from the people and the women that's out here in the streets? You know, y'all have made it so bad and you're so uncivilized and can't control yourself that I've talked to multiple police officers that actually work for certain cities throughout the United States of America. Most of them are in urban communities. And they said that they've been instructed to make sure that they keep things together. They're gonna be assigned for patrolling on certain days and stuff, and that most businesses that you would shop to, that's essential, like a grocery store or whatever, they only doing curbside. They only doing pickup. They're not actually allowing for people to go in the store. And
I feel like yeah, he shouldn't be criticizing every chance he get. I see what people talking about, but at the very very same time, he ain't saying nothing wrong. He's really not. And if I have to be honest with you, if he's criticizing everybody and that's his content, he could stand on his content with as long as he's standing on that content with all the communities. That's how I feel. But I also see why, a lot of the black stuff probably come on people's feed and that's what they continuously get on their feed. But if you go to his page, I think that he's criticizing white people, black people, Spanish people. He has a lot of criticisms. He even talks about politics. I don't know. Let's see what some of these comments say though, real quick. It says they are threatening the same people who have been paying for them to live for decades. Once again, we see what group are the real racists in the U.S. Surely BLM is having food drives in all major cities. The sad part about it is a lot of videos are made by white women that look like they could use to skip a few meals. They need to make a law that says if you're on EBT and get caught stealing benefits, all white people aren't rich, but many of us work and don't waste our money on nails and hair. All right. So I get from all of this is Antoine Daniels is definitely appealing to the conservative community. That's his audience. Yes, let's be critical of what he's talking about, but how could you? Because everything he's pointing out is clearly not what's right in the black community. Is he looking for any solutions though? This is the problem I have with Antoine Daniels. He's not coming up with any solutions. He's just talking about the problem, the problem, the problem. He's not saying how kids could be helped. He's not talking about any programs. He's not talking about anything that can help the black community. If I got anything out of going over some of these clips in his last videos and reviewing him over the last couple of years, but if you go to the Millionaire Morning Show, he always has financial solutions, which is ironic because when he comes on his show, from what I've seen from the Anton Daniels show, like I said, I've missed a couple of weeks. But overall, he does tend to, criticize people all across the board and doesn't provide solutions. So if I had to say anything bad about him, it's the fact that he doesn't try to provide solutions and he's just constantly critical. But you have to understand, you have to feed yourself. This is the internet. He needs to go viral. He needs to constantly go viral. He's a big figure on the internet right now. He worked hard for it, dropping video after video. The man was nonstop. You gotta applaud the hustle. He's a dude from Detroit, and he's on his top of his game. You know what I'm saying? Only a hater could hate on something like that. But you could already see what type of man he is. He teamed up with Charleston White, so he probably hates all black people that come from the urban community. I think he's living the way he wants to live. And that's also important in life. Know who you are, know what you can master and how you could become great. A lot of people could take some notes from Antoine Daniels. You know what I'm saying? He may be a critical person, but it's not always for you to criticize to criticize. Sometimes you just watch and learn what not to do from him, but take what he does well. Like he makes videos. The man works hard. He's everywhere, and he's constantly moving. So I'm gonna end that segment on Antoine Daniels. I'm gonna definitely do a part two follow up because I want to do some more research on what's going on with Antoine Daniels. Because, like I said, I don't want to be a fan of no one who is not gonna help build up the community and make us better. Y'all already know the vibes. This is Frederick the Mayor. I come with different layers. I never get to say my prayers, and I hope you don't neither. Y'all already know, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. You already know.